I'm Alan Grisby from the Strange and Unusual podcast, a proud member of the Gonna Geek Network, just like the show you're listening to now. The opinions expressed are those of each individual host. Check out all the other podcasts at GonnaGeekNetwork.com and get ready because geekiness begins in 3, 2, 1.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 279, if I wrote it down correctly, of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. This is recorded live on Sunday, September 24th, 2017. We got a full house this week.
We did it.
We don't suck as much.
Royal flush, bitches.
Barely.
I win.
I've been awake for like 5 minutes. I barely
there
made
with
it.
you.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
You got bacon?
Hands all stanky.
If only.
No, we
I
don't
want-
have
I
bacon.
want
We
bacon.
don't have any breakfast meats in our house right now.
Naki, you're the bacon, the queen of bacon. How do you not have
Well-
bacon?
Because usually we go shopping on Saturday, but yesterday I was speaking at a con, so I didn't have time.
Oh, bacon.
Well, I got some news for you guys right quick.
Uh-oh.
Well, not news.
Is this breaking news? Do I need to find a bump for it?
Oh, no, not breaking news. Did you guys know we predicted the future last week?
Well, it's
We
not the
do it
first time.
constantly, but what did we predict this time?
Well, we were talking about Final Fantasy and what was my favorite one. And on Tuesday, I was very surprised when my favorite Final Fantasy was re-released from the PlayStation 4.
Was it time for Blitzball?
No, well, that's already been out on PlayStation 4. No, Final Fantasy 9 got the same treatment Final Fantasy 7 did.
So
And I was
wait,
like,
did the
what
Final
is this
Fantasy
now?
7 remix or whatever came out?
No. When they just pretty much when they up.
It's just a straight port, basically.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
But what's it called when they updo the things? Make,
Up convert the graphic.
They
Yeah,
HD'd
pretty much.
it?
yeah, pretty much.
It was
to Final
HD-ified.
Fantasy 9.
Got you.
So
And I was like,
how
what?
much Final Fantasy 9 have you played in the last week?
I'm already on the second disc technically.
There's no discs anymore.
I know, but you know that came on 4 damn disc.
Does it
All the
make you?
Final
Does it give you a
Fantasies.
scene like you have to go and swap a disc or something like that? Because that'd be hilarious.
No, it's like it's a seamless. But from what I've seen, I am on like probably the very end of disc 2.
So you're halfway through in a week. That's impressive. I'm pretty
Well,
sure
it
I know
kinda
what all
helps.
you've been getting into at the end of the show.
Well, it kind of helps when I got work today, but it really helps when they do the same thing what they did with the Final Fantasy 7. They're pretty much like, hey, you're buying this game. You've probably played this game. You probably just want to go through it. So when you pause the game, you can press any of the shoulder buttons. They'll just do something different. You have fast forward the time, like make it go fast. You can have a no encounter mode where you don't have any encounters, where you're just trying to get to point A to point B. You can have what they call battle help or something like that, where pretty much you don't die and every character gets trance right away and no hit. Then
How
So
is
that
that
helps
fun
out.
then?
I was
well,
gonna say, where's the fun in that?
when you're just trying to grind out levels.
That's the fun of those old RPGs, is the fact you have to invest a bajillion hours into it, and then you've got the payoff finally. You're like, I'm unstoppable! Ha ha ha!
And then finally, the last button is makes every damage you do 9,999.
Well, that's bullshit.
Well, you don't have to do it.
Did you do it?
It's if you're like, of course I did, because I forgot about. I did it. I did cheat a little bit because I forgot all about. There's this little part where if you go left, there's a boss battle, but if you go right, you climb up this thing, you go back into the overworld, and you're on like a little cliffside. It's like a little small section, and you're fighting a grand dragon. Like, and this thing is meant to this thing is way overpowered for where you're at right then. I'm like, all right, 9,999 killed it in 2 hits.
Yeah, Low Life Utaku's right. This is a remake for babies.
You don't
Baddies.
have to do it. It's there.
Someone introduced Willie to Day Saga. They saw that game will kick your ass.
Oh, I hate that. I don't like real-time strategy, like games like that, like Final Fantasy Tactics and stuff, and Ogres.
I'm not as
Tactics
great
and
at the
those.
tactics games. That's why I haven't gotten Mario Rabbids for the Switch yet. I kind of want to, but I know that after about a half hour, I'd be like, this is pissing me off, and I'd walk away and waste my money.
Ooh,
I just don't
speaking of the
understand.
Switch.
Yes.
Sorry,
Are
Willie.
you good? Oh, you're good.
There is a game on the Switch called Snipper Clips. It's the most adorable game, and I think my friend and I are going to cosplay as the two characters that are in that game.
It is actually
Wasn't that,
pretty fun.
Wasn't that a launch title?
Yes.
I think so. I just got to play it. So.
It's only available digitally, though.
Really?
They
That's
do have a
odd
demo
Nintendo.
for it. If you do have a Switch and want to try it out, pick it up, because it's actually kind of a fun co-op game. Not that I'm an expert. or anything.
It was adorable and it was fun, and I think my friend and I are going to cosplay as the two characters because it's just a lot of cardboard and some cute faces.
You can do that perfectly, Naki.
Thank you.
So is
My
there a
face is
lot of
gonna be
overhype for that game or something that I'm missing out on? Because I see a lot of
What,
Life
Disgaea?
Kotaku asking about it. For Snipper Clips, I
Dis-
mean,
Oh, I don't
thought it
know.
was This guy.
I just got to play it, so it was like it was fun.
yeah, I mean, I've thought it was fun. I played the demo, but it wasn't enough for me. Like, I have to buy this game immediately because I don't think it'd be very fun single player.
Yeah, I don't think it would be any good for single player, but for if you're just like couch gaming with a friend, it's great.
I played it a couple days ago, and sure, it's cute and all, but damn, if this game had a dick, everyone wanted to suck it. That paints quite
Oh.
an image.
Wow.
Wow, didn't know about that. I just got to play it. It was adorable.
That's a review for you.
Yeah, you should tell Nintendo to print that on the box art when they put the official version.
Yeah, that did definitely be in the box art. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Reggie'd be all about that.
Oh God, his body is ready.
Is that a meme?
You never seen it?
Really?
It's like I did at one E3. It was like it's like a meme where it's like it's always. I'm not sure if he said it. I can't think he said, but it's a meme where it's always underneath him. It says "My body is ready," which is him smiling
Oh,
with
Well,
his
Reggie-
eyebrows.
I was gonna say Reggie sometimes has that face.
Old meme is old.
Oh, shut up!
There's so many
Works
memes.
for it with your dick review.
Anyways, should we do stuff and or things?
We are doing
Live
stuff
from
and
the
things.
ATGN studios on the internet. It's the news of the week.
That's the best transition ever because I didn't have to set it up. Naki set it up perfectly. So this is the
You're
news of the week,
welcome.
friends. It's that part of the show where we run down the most interesting, geeky, or nerdy news from the last week and share it with you all.
But we were doing stuff and things. It's what we do.
Yeah, but it's funny to cut you off like that because it's funnier that way.
That's
See?
yeah.
I mean, I
I'll
could
give
just
you that.
play you off. I've got all sorts of bumps here. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah,
Da-da-da-da-da.
go shock. Willie, I think you're just stupid.
Give me another one.
Shock it.
This guy's creepy. Give me another one.
Another one. Shit.
You shove it in your mouth, right?
I was gonna ask
Damn
for
it.
another one, but let's end it with that one. Let's end it with that one.
Shut up, Naki.
Oh, you ruined it.
I've got all sort. Ow! I just hit my mic.
Naki, I would never tell you shut up when you say that because it's just funny.
To shove it in your mouth?
Oh wow, when you put it like that, it makes it.
No, my
Sure, let's
favorite.
just go with it.
My
Fuck it.
favorite one is this one.
Yeah, I just shoved it down in my mouth.
And
That's
she
still
did
my
just shove it in her
favorite one.
mouth.
I did, yeah. So this week, unrelated to anything, boyfriend sometimes sleep talks when he's stressed out, and this week he told me to blow it out my ass while he was
That's
asleep.
fantastic.
Don't know what it did, but he was asleep.
That's Naki's news of the week. Is that Keith has just made the list.
And she actually did blow it out her ass.
Wait, what?
I'm a gassy son of a bitch. It's fine.
A
Fair enough.
what?
I mean, everybody
Oh,
farts.
I thought you said casket. I was like, a casket?
Everybody
Yes,
farts.
I am also a casket.
That's all I'm saying.
Everybody farts. Everybody poops.
I don't want to. I don't like that kind of humor.
Yeah, okay.
No, I really don't. I know it's weird.
You're on the wrong show.
Great.
I mean, well, how often do we have fart jokes?
Not as often as we used to.
Because I made your show for the better.
Did you? It's only been 2 years at this point.
It's Willie, everybody.
That's
We
better?
started.
That's
that's
better?
way better. You saved it apparently, so yeah, it's better.
That's because these guys hate it.
Eh. Well, how come you didn't save Reverend Willie a little bit?
No, nobody wants Reverend Willie.
Nobody wants Reverend Willie.
It's one
But
of our
they
worst
hate it.
episodes ever. Our worst episodes.
Well, I felt bad and I made it better. Okay.
You
At
made
least I
it
didn't tell you to
something.
eat
Did
my
you?
ass. I didn't tell you to eat my ass that episode, did I? Remember, that was the reason because I kept saying that. Why did I say that so goddamn much? Let's go into the news. Who's first?
Naki, why don't you take your news while we try and recover from this?
Okay, so Dan Harmon is pissed at Rick and Morty fans. There you go.
Why?
Okay, so Cartoon Network has a history of being shitty towards women, and so Dan Harmon made an effort to hire more female writers, especially for this third season. And the memo that the fans apparently didn't get was that they need to stop being assholes. I'm just gonna say assholes. So there have been apparently some sexist Rick and Morty fans harassing new writers Jane Becker and Jessica Gao on social media, like doxing them. Like we're talking like they're not just minimal harassing, like they're going to town on them. So the quote from Dan Harmon that I particularly liked was, he said, these knobs, they want to protect content they think they own, and that somehow combined with their need to be proud of something they have, which is often only their race or gender. It's offensive to me as someone who is born male and white and still works way harder than them, that there's some white male fan out there trying to further some creepy agenda by protecting my work. I've made no bones about the fact that I loathe these people. It fucking sucks. And the only thing I can say is that if you're lucky enough to make a show that is really good people like, that means some bad people are going to like it too. You can't just insist that everybody who watches your show gets their head on straight. And I'm speaking for myself. I don't want the show to have a political stance. But at the same time, individually, these harassers aren't politicians and don't represent politics. They represent some shit I probably believed when I was 15. He also explained that it's ridiculous to pin the blame for an issue on for any issue a viewer might have with the show on any one writer because they all write the show together. But using logic like that is probably a little excessive when dealing with people who are simply furious that a woman is writing their nerdy cartoon show. So, you know, I love Dan Harmon. I love his work. So this just made me love him more. It's a common thing that happens to women in nerd fandoms, and I have a problem with fandoms. I've not been quite. I talk about it openly that, you know, I don't go into fandoms because they're terrifying places. YouTube fandoms, Steven Universe fandom, Rick and Morty fandom, like they're terrifying places. And the fact that Dan Harmon is speaking out against his fandom is pretty great to me. So that's why I thought it was a good news of the week thing.
So people are angry that women are writing for it as well?
Yeah.
Naki, have you ever listened to Harmontown?
What?
It's on my list of things I need to listen to.
I went back and listened to, like, from the beginning, the first episode they recorded. I'm caught up to the point where he's just now complaining about fans complaining about season 3 taking too long. Dan Harmon has been yelling at his fans for years if they listen to his podcast. It's hilarious.
The fact that he's not afraid to speak against his fans is great to me, because there's a lot of people who won't. And it's
he totally calls them out. He also says that, you know, his entire life is based on the fact that he's super lucky and he has lots of fans of community that stuck with him. But yeah, anybody that does like this shit, he has no problem calling them out. And the other thing that a lot of people might not know is because he gets shit-faced drunk on Harmontown. He usually starts drinking vodka at the start of the show. Drunk Dan Harmon is Rick. That's who Justin Rowling is imitating. Is drunk Dan Harmon, who hiccups and stutters and just talks shit about people. It's fucking hilarious.
Dan Harmon was the first guest on Game Grumps, to be a drunk guest.
Nice.
He was drinking vodka throughout the hour and a half that he was on their show. It was great.
I'm not sure if he does anything in public where he's sober.
Well,
He might have public speaking issues.
He's always been fairly blunt. Let's be honest. You go back and
Yeah.
look at some of the interviews he gave during the community time frame and things like that, which is where I got to know Dan Harmon. He never suffered from not speaking his mind. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. And that's part of why Rick and Morty is a great show, though, too, is that he's just like, it's my fucking show. I'm going to do what I want with it.
Yeah,
And
pretty much.
I think Cartoon Network knew that going in. But
I don't know how they couldn't have.
it's like this is what's going to happen. I'm going to do this. This is my show.
Yep.
And I think Justin Roiland has kind of reined it in a little bit, especially playing drunk Dan Harmon as Rick. The only thing that I don't like about that comparison is that Rick technically is a shit character. The fact that
Rick's
Morty
the
is his
worst.
Rick is a shitty character, so I don't want to put that comparison together. Just because I like Dan Harmon as a person, whereas I don't like Rick.
Rick is the worst by design. He's designed to be a horrible human being.
Yeah,
but to be
I
comedic.
think Rick is honestly what Dan Harmon thinks about himself most of the time.
Yeah, I think that's a better comparison.
'Cause, yeah, if you listen, especially if you listen to Harmontown, he is unbelievably self-effacing. He has a lot of self-esteem issues, and yeah, I think maybe 80% of Rick is what Dan Harmon thinks about himself. He thinks that he's unintentionally evil sometimes, and feels like he's a genius in a room full of idiots all the time.
Sailor Poilin brings up a couple good questions in the chat room. He says, "Do you think Cartoon Network hired Harmon because they wanted to piss off their audience? I mean, I still think the reason they dropped most of their anime is because the fandom was so obnoxious, and the bitching about shows would certainly make me want to troll back. I mean, yeah, that's definitely a valid point. I think that's why Steven Universe is on an indefinite hiatus right now, is because that fandom sucks so hard. I mean." I think it's a secret trolling situation in that, and I agree with you that definitely could be it.
I think the fandoms are an unfortunate consequence of everything. Is once something becomes big enough, the fandom's going to become partially, if not completely, toxic in certain corners of the internet because people are idiots, people are morons.
Yeah, people as a group, not
It's
any
why we
certain
can't
person.
have nice
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I just avoid those corners. Yeah, no, I think Cartoon Network hired them for the show because Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon presented a fantastic concept for a show. They just knew there were certain things they were going to have to deal with.
Yeah. So Steven Universe was officially renewed. It's still just on a hiatus.
It's okay.
So we
It
don't
took-
actually know when we're going to get new Steven Universe.
Bear in mind, it took like 3 years for Rick and Morty season 3, so it's not like they take long hiatuses for Robot Chicken and stuff like that. So that's not unheard of for Cartoon Network to put a show on hiatus for a couple years to get a back catalog stood up again or to get production done for it.
Yeah. Well, now we're going into religion chat in the chat room, so I'm going to skip over that.
Yeah.
That's not our.
That's not
That's
our
not our-
shtick.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
And if you want to talk about religion, guys, we'll have to bring Reverend Willie back, and nobody wants that. So
Nobody wants the Reverend Willie.
All right, I'll stop.
You called my children.
No, we
No,
said
nobody
said
called.
no.
Fuck off.
Everyone said no, so Reverend Willie doesn't have to come back.
All right. Stay holy, everybody,
Oh,
and I
God damn
will
it.
see you again someday. Bye.
Kill me.
Hey, everybody.
Me. Kill me.
If you say so, Naki.
Why, Anthony?
I didn't do it.
Wasn't me.
I
But
mean,
don't say that's why.
so for those of you who don't know, I despise animatronics. I hate them. So naturally, Anthony has all the Five Nights at Freddy's crap. Stop
So do
it.
they- so
Stop
do
it.
they-
Stop it.
So, do they have to be a robot, or is it anybody doing the dance as well?
You have to be good at it, because there was somebody who, I think it was Redbone from
Shots
Childish.
fired.
Wait.
They
So-
did. Go ahead.
Oh, so if someone's really good at doing the robot, that even freaks you out too?
No. But there was somebody who performed, and I think it was to the song Redbone from Childish Gambino. They did like this animatronic stance, and it was literally just pop and locking, but it was to a point where I was like, you creepy.
Well, who's not creepy here?
It's like what did they call that group that won that first dance show that all wear the face masks?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea,
shit.
but that
The
sounds
fucking
creepy as
shit.
shit.
I know what
They
you're
were
talking about.
great.
The Jabberwocky.
Jabberwocky.
Yeah, that
yeah. I fucking love Jabberwocky. Their performances are
talented
amazing.
They're talented to the point of creepy. Like there are points where they look robotic.
Yeah, that they're really good at what they do. Sailor Poland asked if I'm going to see the movie of Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, I probably will. I enjoy seeing things that freak me out. Like that's why in the pre-show I was talking about it. I didn't think it was going to scare me. It did a significantly good job of creeping me out. So
guys, if you want some good entertainment, go to Naki's YouTube channel and watch her Five Nights Let's Plays.
I never finished it.
Yeah, but you started it, and they're creepy.
I did.
And you get to watch Naki scream in horror. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I did it. I did that. But I think I only got through like 2 nights before I was like, nope. And the thing is with horror video games, because with video games, I'm much more into it, which is why I've not gotten into Alien Isolation, because that's another one that is going to freak me out.
Yeah.
I'm so involved mentally with a video game. Like with a movie, I don't. Movies and books, books can freak me out. But with movies, particularly, and TV shows, I don't get scared by those. Those don't usually involve my brain being super involved. But video games and books, that's a whole other thing.
Sorry, I got distracted.
You're a part of it instead of just perceiving it.
A spectator.
Right. Especially like, and that's the problem. Like when I'm reading, like I said in the pre-show, I'm rereading it right now, and I have to keep putting it down because it's like, okay, and break time. So
Well, hold on a second. Did you ever finish Until Dawn?
I got
Oh god damn it.
started in it. I don't think I didn't finish it.
Wait,
And it
what was
wasn't that
sentence?
I didn't finish it.
I don't think I didn't finish it.
No, I didn't finish it. That's what I meant to say. I started saying one sentence, and then the other half of a different sentence came out. I started it. I didn't finish it, and it wasn't because it scared me. That game didn't actually scare me, and I think it's because I watched Markiplier play it completely through first.
Oh god, Naki.
I love Markiplier. Show up. Plus, his reaction when he accidentally killed one of them was the best.
Which one
But-
did he kill?
The girl with the hat.
Oh, Ashley?
Yeah, he killed Ashley, and so he restarted the whole game because he was like, "Fuck no, that was stupid. No, no."
I think I knew exactly where it killed her. She went down a different path. It's like, hey, I hear a voice. Oh, your guys all gone. Let me go down this pathway then. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a one way. You can't go back. Oh, what's in this? Oh, you're dead.
Yep, yeah, that's what. That's
In a most horrifying way too.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, so he quit the game, went back and played the whole thing over again to play it where he doesn't kill Ashley. But it was so
Yeah.
I didn't finish it because I know I already knew the like different. But the thing is that I wanted to play it so that I could get the different endings. But whatever. No, then I think I got too many games at the same moment when I got
I know that
Until
feeling.
Dawn. Yeah. I think I made that mistake where I bought too many games at the same time. So
I'm going to have
It
that
happens.
problem in October when South Park Stick of Truth comes out the same day as Super Mario Odyssey. Not Stick of Truth, Fractured But Whole comes out the same day as Mario Odyssey.
That
Because,
you really have to make a decision between which to play with that.
yes.
Get rid of Mario Odyssey. You don't need that shit.
What?
You don't need that in your life.
What?
Mario Odyssey looks great.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, but the South Park game, it looks a lot better.
They both look good. That's the thing. I just don't know
I've
which
played
one.
Sailor
South
Poland.
Park before.
So Sailor Poland says in the chat room, wasn't overly impressed with Bleach and Naruto, but I think that's generational. But have you watched Boruto, which is Naruto's son that they couldn't think of a better name, apparently? So it's
They decided to
Boruto.
make him
Boruto.
boring.
Yes, Boruto.
Well, that was blunt. So at least I'm not the only one. Mirage Leonardo says I have like 50 games in my backlog. If I open my Steam backlog, I'm probably
Holy
about there.
moly.
I don't want to know.
My Steam backlog is like 275. Like, I still
That's
haven't
because
finished Undertale.
Steam sales are the
God damn it,
devil.
Naki.
Actually, that was one of my things because
Not finishing games.
I was gonna do that. No. Today was gonna be the day that I beat Undertale.
Are you actually going to do it?
That's the plan.
I'll say
That's the plan.
there's
I
your
have
Twitch
to
YouTube channel, Naki. Go through your Steam library.
Yeah.
I'm gonna download. I'm gonna start downloading Undertale right now. I'm gonna beat it before Naki.
Well, with
Maybe.
your slow ass internet, it's going to take like 2 days to download. So.
That's
And
true.
I'll still
Naki,
beat
you
it before
have
Naki.
a 4-day head start. If you can beat it in the next 4 days, Willie won't be able to play it yet. Yeah, you could monetize your YouTube channel just for the thousands of hours you'd get, Naki, by actually playing all the games you haven't played yet that you already own.
I know. I own so many games. It's ridiculous.
So much.
She does have a lot of games. Tons of games. So I'll go next with my news story. And I was between two of them, but let's go with the more gaming related one because we'll get some interesting insight from our resident gamer here, one Willie D. Nelson.
Yes, sir.
Willie, have you heard of a game called Fortnite?
I have, and I just heard some news about it too.
Have
I
you
wonder
heard of
what
a
this
game
thing-
called Playerunknown's Battlegrounds?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I don't think I've seen anything being played of it, but I know the style of it.
So it's a battle royale game. It's really
Mhm.
popular on PC. It's in alpha release right now. It's one of the things they're kind of hanging their hat on for saying it's coming to Xbox here in the next few months as well. The concept of it is it's a battle royale game. You literally drop people down on an island and you fight to be the last man standing. It's by far not a new genre or anything like that. Well, Fortnite, a game that's been in closed beta for since June, July timeframe, they're putting out a free version that is a Fortnite battle royale that all people can play for free. That's supposed to drop next week, I believe. And
Tuesday, I believe.
Yeah, Tuesday. There's been some tension that has come up, and Epic Games is the maker of Fortnite, and then I always screw up the studio name for PlayerUnknown Battleground. I think it's Bluehole. Well, they had come out and are you okay there, Willie?
Sorry, go ahead.
So earlier this month, Epic did announce that they were releasing a new Battle Royale style game mode for Fortnite. It's not an attempt to hide their obvious... they're not trying to hide the fact that they're inspired by the Battle Royale version of PlayerUnknown. In fact, they said in a blog post, we love Battle Royale games like PlayerUnknown's, Battlegrounds, and thought Fortnite would make a great foundation for our own version. It comes out on the 26th. Well, the developer of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Bluehole, now kind of spoke out saying that it seems like we're the first standalone Battle Royale Survivor game, and they decide they have some concerns regarding the similarities between the Battle Royale mode and Epic Games' newly revealed Fortnite and their own game. Later, it eventually kind of broke down into the fact that they said, we don't like the fact that they're using our game to promote their game, which is what they've sort of been doing by referencing it. But it's kind of
We should have
interesting.
fucking released it.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see. Well, you can buy it on Steam right now and play it. It's really interesting seeing the fight that's happening on these things. And here's why I think they kind of knew what was going to happen on the Epic side of the house, because how did I find out about Fortnite? I'd heard some stuff in passing, and then I hear they're doing a Battle Royale mode. It's supposedly similar to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds that I can't play yet because my PC is not quite as good as I would need to play it. Well, let me go check this out. So I went and bought it and started playing Fortnite. I haven't even gotten to the Battle Royale mode, and it's actually a surprisingly pretty fun game. And I don't know whether they did this on purpose to try and get the press stirred up and to kind of tease Bluehole into saying something and getting the pub group, the fans all fired up about the fact that this is going on. I don't know, but a lesson learned from me here is I got to play a new game that I really like, and I haven't even tried this Battle Royale mode.
And a question, is this Fortnite thing going to be free, or is it just like a free upgrade to the game?
So the way it read to me is that it would be free.
Like a standalone free thing.
Yes.
Okay, good. That's what I thought it was. I'm going to get it because I'm off all next week, and I'll be playing it.
I mean, let's be honest. Both these games, especially PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, I mean, it smashed the all-time record on Steam for the most concurrent players playing at one time. It is a huge thing. You go on Twitch, you go on Mixer. There's tons of people playing this game. And I've watched some of the streams because it's like, I want to learn more about this because it's something I might want to play when it comes to Xbox. I don't want to play it on my PC because my PC is not quite powerful as I would want to play this game because I've heard it runs slow even on good PCs. It's not very well optimized yet. So I'm kind of hanging back and saying I want to play it on Xbox. So I've watched some streams and I've said, that's kind of fun. And then the Fortnite edition of this gives me a chance to start playing a similar game type before it comes out for Xbox. So as far as I'm concerned, I've already bought one game. I'm going to buy the other one when it comes forward. It's no big deal to me. But this hubbub that came up just basically made it so that I could find out about a game that I might not have played otherwise. And Fortnite, I've only put about 4 hours into it. Surprisingly fun. I really wish crossplay worked with PlayStation like they accidentally broke it and had it working last week.
Oh yeah, that should have been news, shouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, do you want to take that one? It ties into this one.
Nah, I don't know enough about it.
All right, so what we briefly referenced is last week there were folks that were playing Fortnite on their PlayStations, and they started noticing that some of the usernames of other users had spaces in them. So you'd have, like, let's say Willie's was South Space Porky, his handle.
No. It's PlayStation. You can't have spaces. Xbox, you can.
Right. So what they were noticing on the PlayStation side is they were seeing usernames in there that had spaces in them, and gamer tags on Xbox will let you put spaces in them. But the PlayStation gamer tags, or whatever the equivalent is, does not. So at some point last week, the folks over in Epic had a glitch, or they had accidentally set things up so that crossplay was working on Fortnite. It took them minutes basically to shut it down, which kind of gives you an idea of just how simple it is to implement crossplay. So literally, Xbox gamers and PlayStation gamers were playing Fortnite for an entire evening together and didn't realize it at first. And then when they did, they're like, this is awesome. And Epic Games promptly put out a statement saying, oh, that was a glitch. We didn't mean for that to happen. We'll be turning things back to normal, which really kind of bummed me out because this game, Fortnite, is a game to play in a group of 4 people. If you get a good group of 4 people going, it's incredibly fun because it's like a mix of Minecraft, tower defense, shooters, a few different genres all mashed together. And if you have a good team, it's a lot of fun. So I kind of was hoping that they would keep that crossplay going. But again, no crossplay coming up for Fortnite, at least not officially. In fact, they asked Phil Spencer, the Xbox studio head, about it. He goes, I wish they'd leave it turned on, about his thoughts on the crossplay.
Well, I bet he would want that to happen now.
Well, yes. Look at his standpoint. He's heading up the Xbox side of the house, so it's in his own best interests to have crossplay enabled. But if you go and look at his stuff, I'm pretty sure he's played a good chunk of Destiny, the original one, on a PlayStation 4, if you go and look at his back catalog. Phil Spencer's been pretty pro gaming, and like some of the stuff he's come out against, like if you play Destiny and Destiny 2, there's some DLC and expansion stuff that is locked down to PlayStation only. It's not really gamer friendly. Yes, Microsoft is disadvantaged, so it's in his own mind to kind of say this is dumb, but from a gamer perspective, having a DLC locked to certain platforms, it sucks.
I'm sorry, didn't Xbox start this last gen?
I don't know.
With the console exclusive DLC?
I don't know. Did they? I honestly don't know.
Or at least I know they did. They started the timed exclusive with Call of Duty. I know that.
Timed exclusives are still not gamer friendly, but I would say they're a bit more friendly than content you'll never get if you're an Xbox gamer because you don't own a PlayStation version.
Or actually, if you want to really go back to it, I think you want to go back to the PS2, Xbox, and GameCube with Soul Calibur 2.
Where you had exclusive characters across all the systems.
Yeah, Link on the GameCube, Spawn on the Xbox, and Hiachi on PlayStation 2 from Tekken.
Yeah, that was, again, it's not exactly gamer friendly there because let's be honest though, how many people are actually going to go buy all 3 of those consoles to play all 3 characters? No one.
I mean, I think I did have it for the GameCube, which, Jesus Christ, that GameCube controller is not made for fighting games.
No, it is not.
And then I think it got re-released for the PS3, and they threw in both Hiachi and Spawn on there, but because of course they couldn't put Link in there. So technically I got to play with all 3 of the special characters.
I don't know. I'm just bummed that they didn't keep crossplay enabled on that because you're starting to see it on things, and we're going back to an earlier episode rather. But crossplay is a great thing, and I understand why Sony doesn't want to do it, but I understand from a gamer perspective why I would love to see it. And when you can get Nintendo saying they'll do crossplay, you lose your argument of saying we want to create a safe community for our gamers. Nintendo.
I can't wait for the day that actually happens because it's gonna happen. It's got to happen at some point in time.
Oh yeah,
it's not gonna stay like this forever. But I cannot wait to see, like, oh, that's a Nintendo little kid. Hey, little fucker. Let's go kill some goddamn people.
So I think how you might see the eventual crossplay stuff happening is you'll see the developers that are making third-party games have to come out and say, hey, we want crossplay enabled on this. And I don't think you'll see everyone do it. But imagine if Activision told Sony the only way you're going to get the next Call of Duty game is if you enable crossplay. Do you really think Sony's going to be like, go to hell? No. They're going to cave.
If Call of Duty says it, that
was an example.
Says it, they'll probably say, I don't give a flying fuck, maybe. But if Call of Duty says it, I don't know.
Well, so
I don't know.
It's going to have to be one of the
company says it to the company that has the most consoles out. I think that company still has the bigger stick in the argument.
I think the company's not going to have fucking anything to say. Like, well, I guess we're just not going to be making money off your console right now because we're not going to make it for your console. Like, do they really not want that money?
Yeah, because then Sony goes, okay, well then we won't put any more Activision games on the PlayStation.
Yeah, they can't do that.
Sorry.
Look,
they could.
They could.
Yeah, they're not going to publish any of the Destiny DLC and stuff.
I'm not saying they should or it would be a good idea. I'm just saying I think they have a bigger stick to bring to that argument. If one of the companies wants to say cross-play or we don't bring our game to your system.
I think it's those companies that are going to be the ones that are going to have to make it so it happens, and it's going to have to be part of the negotiation on things if they want to have it. So you can play Minecraft on all three of the major consoles. It's going to have to be something that's done in the negotiations when you come in to bring that title to it. That's the only way I see it happening, because I don't really see Sony having a change of heart without any movement outside of their company saying, do this.
Yeah.
Well, I think be bigger talks with that because Minecraft's owned by Microsoft.
Yeah, that was an arbitrary example.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a group of games. If a group of game developers got together and pushed for it, then I think it would be more likely. Because at this point, Sony's like, yeah, we're just counting money. Fuck all y'all. That's all we're doing. We're just counting money.
Yeah, if you get Activision, Ubisoft,
they got Marvel making Spider-Man movies for them, and Sony's just sitting back and counting money.
I think the Spider-Man thing is because Marvel did that themselves. They wanted to specialize on it.
I like Lola Futaku's comment in there. Safe and family friendly, even though Doom and Wolfenstein are going to be on the Switch. Right.
Well, those are family games, right?
Kicking demons right in the dick and ripping their heads off.
Yeah.
Although I'm surprised they got Doom working as well as it seems to work on there from all the early reports.
But I mean, that's like early build, and let's see the final product.
That's true. But the fact, and we're going to stay on this gaming thread a sec. Well, the biggest failure of the Wii U was the fact they couldn't get third-party developers to do anything. So now you hear that Bethesda's going to put out the upcoming Wolfenstein 2 will come to Switch at the exact same time it comes to the other consoles, and they're going to do a port of Doom around the same time frame. They're getting third-party support now, so that's interesting.
And what else are they going to have a port of? Skyrim, because everyone needs more Skyrim.
Yeah,
it's a never-ending game.
But here's
I saw the best meme. It was like someone like them looking at like Skyrim or Elder Scrolls 6 and like, and all of a sudden it's smiling when it say Skyrim on the PS2.
There you go.
Well, I kind of see the draw for Skyrim though, because everyone loves it. But here's the thing: if I want to go and I'm stuck having to go to the mall because the wife and kids are going there and I have to go drive them, I can take my Switch and I can go play Skyrim and sit on a bench somewhere. That's not something you can do with any of the other versions of Skyrim that are out there.
They don't have it on like any of the PS or the Vita, or do they have PS?
The Vita's not even supported anymore, I don't think.
Not the Vita.
You're talking VR?
Yeah.
They're coming out with Skyrim VR, which is, well, at least it differentiates it a little bit. But you can play Skyrim on your Vita with what is it called? The Network Play. You just need internet connectivity on your Vita and on the PlayStation. So if you're like away on vacation, you're at a hotel that has pretty good Wi-Fi, you can just like bloop, start up and you're playing Skyrim on your Vita.
Yeah, and the nice thing with the Switch stuff is depending on where you are, you don't even need an internet connection to do multiplayer. Like if you take your Switch to the movie theater while you're watching the previews and like all the crap stuff before the real previews start, you could put together an ad hoc Wi-Fi network and play Mario Kart with a bunch of people sitting in the movie theater. Stuff like that. That's the draw on these things. That's where it's interesting with the Switch is the portability aspect. So you can get Skyrim, which, yes, while it's an older game, is a game that's still heavily played by a lot of people. If you make it so I can literally pick it up and take it with me wherever I go, that's the draw for it. Now, that being said, not a huge Skyrim fan. I don't give a crap.
Hold on a sec. Let me go back to your example right there. So a bunch of people are going to bring their Switches to a movie theater before a movie plays. Nerds!
I've done it. I took my Switch and my buddy took his Switch and we played Mario Kart before a movie.
Get that shit out of here.
What else would you want me to do? Just sit and play on my phone? It's the same difference.
Talk to the
That's what I
person.
do.
I like Sailor Poland. That and if someone close to you blue shells you, you can actually punch them.
Man, well, boyfriend was playing Mario Kart on the N64 last night, and he was raging because he was in first place all of the race until the end.
You gotta love that rubber band technology.
But
Awkward
yeah.
silence.
But
Oh, it wasn't awkward for me.
punching people who blue shell you, that's just fun.
If you blue shell me, you're a son of a bitch. That's how I look at it.
I just blue shelled the blue hole. A lot of blues going on today.
God
What?
damn it, Willie.
I'm so confused.
Stop.
The company of Blue Hole, you said when it was?
Oh. And see, I'm not that weird. Sailor Poland just said he takes his iPad or mini laptop to the theater. He doesn't want to talk to the other idiots in there. See? It makes sense.
But I'm saying if you go with a friend that you already know, sit there and talk to them.
Or you
That's
can play
what I'm
Mario
saying.
Kart with your friend because you like to play video games.
But why would I want to talk to them? I'm gonna watch a movie.
Well, I mean, before the movie. I specifically specified before the movie.
But that's what
Before
phones are
the-
for. Or the
Before
Switch,
the-
or laptops.
So why are you even there with the person? Why don't you just go by yourself? I go to movies by myself.
I do
I
too,
go
but I
movies
like
by
to go to movies with my friends and then after the movie go and talk about it and grab something to eat or something like that. Or before a movie do that. This is just part of the evening activity, Willie, is whipping out the Switch and playing some video games prior to a movie.
You heard this first. Chris likes to whip it out in movie theaters.
Whip out the
He-
Switch in movie
Pee Wee
theaters.
Herman.
I
he-
think
he's
you
coming for
have
you.
selectively picked and chosen some of the words I said. To
You
twist it.
goddamn right
Really?
I did.
Willie picked and choose? What? No.
My brain hurt.
I'm sorry, what was that sentence, Naki? Willie picked and choosed?
Yes. My English is best.
Naki has the best English.
Yes.
I win this round. Technicalities.
All right, Bachman, what do you got for us next?
An Arrow alum has auditioned to play Shazam, and I don't think it's a good thing. Parker Young, apparently the guy who was Oliver Queen's campaign manager on Arrow and later became Thea's boyfriend and then was killed off by Anarchy. His audition apparently made it online. The video's now there, but apparently now it's been password locked, so you can't watch it anymore. But he auditioned to play Shazam in the upcoming Shazam movie. And I mean, he's a good-looking guy and all, but he's really small. Like, he's 5'11". He's normal build. Like, he's athletic, but and he looks more
that
like...
means anybody.
But no, anybody shouldn't be able to be Shazam. Shazam should look like a cartoon character. He should be so large. It's ridiculous. Now, this guy looks like he'd be a great Nightwing. Like, he looks small. But I mean, they might just be basing it on, just pure acting ability. Supposedly the early front runners were Joshua Sass from, I guess people know him from Gallivant. I know him from No Tomorrow. And like, he's a fairly good guy. And then also there were apparently rumors of John Cena, which as the big blue cheese, like, I think John Cena would be really good. The one I wanted to see in the running though is Alan Richardson, who some people would know him from Blue Mountain State. Other people would know him. He was the Aquaman on Smallville. He is huge. He was one of the guys in I think it was the first Hunger Games, where he was one of the big alpha males from one of the killer.
Trident. I can't remember which character that is.
Yeah, but I mean, he's huge. He does the big shit-eating grin very well. Like, he would be a fantastic Shazam, because there's something about that character where you have to believe that they're like the ultimate baby face. Like, Shazam needs to be the exact opposite of everything that Zack Snyder's Man of Steel was. Like, you need to flip that color spectrum on its end and get the exact opposite.
I might actually like it then.
It should be the most bright, shiny fucking superhero of all time. So it's one of those things where I don't know. Parker Young, I mean, he wasn't a bad actor on Arrow. I liked him, but it's one of those things where I look at that, it's like, if that's the way they're going, it just seems more, I'm worried. And the whole idea that the only thing that we had on lockdown was that the one good thing about Shazam was that The Rock was going to be in it, and now The Rock's not going to be in it because Black Adam's going to get his own movie. So Black Adam is Shazam's Lex Luthor. So who the fuck is Shazam going to fight in the Shazam movie? Like, we've already taken away his main villain.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is I stopped caring about a Shazam movie when The Rock wasn't going to be in it. So good luck to him.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. Your news is Warner Brothers is fucking up another movie?
The apparently that's what it looks like. And yeah, they've started pre-production. They really haven't shown anything. The director on his Instagram account just put up a photo of like the top of a counter, and it said day 1, and it just had a little Coke can on it. And then on day 2, he took another Instagram photo the next day, and there was like 9 Coke cans. And he said, by the end of the movie, these will either be to the ceiling or I'll be in the hospital. So apparently he measures time on set by the amount of soda he drinks. I'm guessing he thinks somebody finds that interesting. I just don't know why Warner Brothers can't seem to do anything without shooting themselves in the foot. Like, if Parker Young gets the role and he's fantastic, I hope he is. I hope he's fucking great. I hope they get somebody lovable and goofy to play Shazam, because that's what that character needs to be. I swear to God, if the first trailer for Shazam is dark, I'm just going to write off Warner Brothers indefinitely. Like,
you didn't already? Oh, no, I guess Wonder Woman.
No, because Wonder Woman's going to be in the Justice League, and that's going to make me have to watch trash suit rubber band Flash just to see Wonder Woman.
You don't have to watch it. I still haven't seen Batman v Superman all the way through.
Well, I ain't gonna pay to watch it. I won't pay to see it in the theater, but I will eventually watch it.
And this is coming from someone who owns a copy of the new Power Rangers movie upstairs and just hasn't had time to watch it yet. So that'll give you an idea of my cinematic tastes and or lack thereof.
Not really sure why you should own that.
But did you watch it yet?
Not yet. It's on my list. I'm gonna get to it.
Did you even watch it in theaters at all?
No. I just wanted to see it.
Oh, okay. That's understandable. Oh, you bought it because you're curious.
And it's actually one of those ones that comes out on a 4K disc that's actually in 4K, so it had me intrigued.
Wait, what do you mean?
Oh, God.
So you can buy 4K versions of movies. Not all movies are filmed with in 4K. Or special effects done in 4K. So I guess
up-res them.
Yeah, this was actually filmed with the 4K cameras, like the Wonder Woman movie. I was going to buy it in 4K, but I went, well, it wasn't filmed in 4K, so it's a bunch of upscaling, and I don't know.
How does Power Rangers have that, but Wonder Woman doesn't?
Power Rangers had the extra money in the budget because they only spent $4 on each of those suits.
Ooh.
Did you even watch it? Are you shitting on something you haven't watched? Okay.
I watched it.
You watched it. I saw it in theaters.
I did watch it. That movie was Power Rangers trying to steal as much from Chronicle as they could without being sued.
Did you watch it in theaters?
It was bad. No, fuck no. I wasn't paying to see that.
Did you watch an actual good copy of it that was actually purchased?
It was good enough.
Okay, there we go. We can't take the quality check from Pirate.
I didn't say anything about pirating.
Yarg, diddly dee.
Yarg.
I don't know. You've heard me talk about fucking pirating all you want with those old video games. They want to be dicks about that fucking Super Nintendo shit.
Is Naki gonna do a pirate song every time we mention pirates?
Yes.
Pirates.
Wait. I have a theory. Let me try this out. Johnny Depp.
He's not a pirate. In fact, I was joking when there was a trailer for the Orient Express movie or whatnot before Kingsman 2, and we went to go see it, and I leaned over to my girlfriend. I went, it's amazing how times change. It used to be if there was a trailer with Johnny Depp, and I went, that might be worth checking out. And then I saw Johnny Depp was in this, and I went, I don't think I even care, even though I sort of want to see the movie. It's crazy.
And speaking of shooting yourself in the foot, he's considered the world's sexiest man, and they're having him as the Invisible Man in their supposed dark universe.
I don't think he's considered the world's sexiest man anymore.
No, that's The Rock.
Yeah,
I think it depends which demographic of girls you ask.
Well,
but yeah,
hold on a second. Who the
Like,
fuck
what?
hires Johnny Depp as the Invisible Man?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, since the stuff came out about him being like a wife beater and stuff like that, like his sexiness has gone down a
Who
lot.
isn't a wife beater? I mean, come on.
The Rock isn't a wife beater.
Yeah.
Do you know that for a fact? Wait, does The Rock married?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's got a
we know that
wife
for a
and
fact because if he hit her, she would die.
Her
The
face
fucking
would
Rock.
cave in.
She's a tiny little woman.
I can see him. I hit her with my rock.
Oh.
The rock's my penis.
Hey, so Naki, I'm supposed to read this out of the chat room. Pirates of the Caribbean 5 was ass on toast. Where's my pirate song?
There's no pirate song for Pirates of the Caribbean.
You said anytime there were pirate references, you were going to sing.
That's what I heard.
I'm going for actual pirates.
Blackbeard.
What?
Captain Morgan.
Blackbeard. Do you not know who Blackbeard is?
Oh, yeah, okay. No, all I heard was black, and then you cut off, and I was like,
Oh.
that could have ended in several different ways, and I don't know how to respond.
Blackbeard.
Yes, Blackbeard, actual pirate. So you get a pirate song for that, but I'm trying to think of which
I'm waiting
pirate
for it.
song. I'm trying to think of which one. There's several pirate. There's so many pirate songs.
Damn it,
There
Naki.
are.
Can you start hemp and jig?
I don't. What? You're not getting a pirate song for every pirate. Sorry,
It's a pirate reference. God damn
I'm
it.
lazy.
Captain Morgan.
Was he? An
You know
actual-
what?
Yes.
So when I was younger and I used to drink a lot, my drink of choice was Captain Morgan spiced rum with Pepsi because then it tasted like cherry Coke. And I don't understand why that worked out like that.
You know what I've noticed is
Or-
we've dropped 3 pirate names and gotten no songs.
Or if
That's
you
what I'm
mix,
saying.
if you mix it right, Captain Morgan and Mountain Dew tastes like cream soda.
Ugh. That's disgusting.
But
What, cream
soda's
soda?
gross.
Yeah.
I mean, if
and
you like cream
mixing
soda, it
those
tastes
two.
like it. I'm just saying, Jesus.
I'll never do that then.
I didn't say you like it. You have to do this. Jesus Christ. They make cream soda because people like cream soda.
It's
So
true.
if you
I
like
mean, I
cream
know
soda,
people who like cream soda, but I think
it's like
I
people
can't
like
wrap my
root beer.
head around
Ugh.
it. I like root beer if I get it with ice cream in it.
Well, that's
Then it's good.
different.
Well, I'm just going to give up on these pirate songs and we'll just
I'm
move
trying
on
to
the
think
next
of one because it's like there's I'm also afraid of copyright infringement because I actually don't know what are copyrighted songs for pirate songs, and
Well,
I don't
think
want
that
to
song
get
you've
us
been
in trouble.
singing was copyrighted.
Was it? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's
I'm
the thing
guessing.
is that I don't want to. I don't want to also break that rule.
And I'm sure the statute of limitations on pirate songs from like the 1400s are a-okay to do.
I don't know, but better safe than sorry. I guess it is that part of the show
Are
where
you
we
serious?
wrap up the news of the week and remind
What?
folks.
Well, screw you, Chris.
You said you didn't have any news earlier. Do you have news?
Did you not look in the Hangouts?
No, I didn't. So why don't you share your news with us so I can feel like more like an asshole now?
Well, I'm very curious because they dropped what Netflix is coming out with next month in October. And there's something on the 23rd that's getting released for season 1 and season 2 of a Netflix original. And I'm like, they're dropping both seasons back on the same day. It's weird. Of Wanted. And I've looked this up, and there's no information on if it's Wanted, the Mark Miller comic. I am so curious if it is.
Can't be.
It could be because I mean I saw that there was there was going to be like a motion comic type thing that they were going to release like for like 5 years now, but I haven't seen it. So they might have got the rights for it. So we're just putting that out. I don't know. There's no news of it. Like I've tried to find a trailer or something. It's coming out in less than a month. There should be some kind of news about it, and there's nothing. Internet, you failed me. Google.
All I'm finding is that the movie's been added to the instant queue.
But if you look at what they're dropping next month, look at October 23rd. It says Wanted, Season 1, Netflix Original. Wanted, Season 2, Netflix Original. And if they own the fucking Mark Miller universe thing, why would they be calling something...
But I thought they said the
Wanted now?
Wanted movie rights.
Yeah,
and
all the
stuff.
previous movie rights were already somewhere else.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we didn't know about Wanted, though.
I thought that was one of the ones.
I know
you
it wasn't Kingsman and Kick-Ass. I thought those were the two that they definitely said. They didn't mention Wanted.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm helpful.
Internet.
Well, I guess we'll find out October 23rd.
Yeah, internet, help Willie out here. You can help him out. And while you're trying to figure out how to help him out, this is where we remind you guys that we are, in fact, part of a network of shows that you can find over at GonnaGeek.com. Click on the network tab. There's 22, 23. There's a crap load of shows on the network. We've got things
So many.
that will fit you regardless of your geeky tastes. And each week, we try to highlight one specific show and tell you all about it. Hey, Willie, what show are we talking about this week?
This week, we're talking about the Starling Tribune, Legends of Tomorrow, Fellowship of the Spear, episode 164. The Starling Tribune reporters Stargate Pioneer, Chris and Michelle discuss the Legends of Tomorrow's second season, 15th episode, Fellowship of the Spear. Catch the crew as they describe the ratings in terms of the NCAA basketball tournament. Try to understand Mick's fateful decision and how this was a better fellowship than Tolkien's fellowship. Back to you, Chris.
Why though?
Thank you for that wonderful take on Lord of the Rings, I guess.
Oh, you're welcome.
I wasn't sure what he was trying to go with there.
I don't even know.
The chat
It sounded
room
like
doesn't seem impressed.
Sailor Poland says, Willie, take that feather off your balls. And Low Life Otaku says, don't ever do that voice again.
I make no promises, love.
Oh.
Stop it.
It's either this or Reverend Willie. It's your choice. Make it
Doesn't
the
have to be a
wise one.
dichotomy.
I could just mute Willie and we could keep doing the show.
I'm
Ding,
down.
ding, 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 ding. We have a winner.
Am I muted? I don't even know.
Willie's turning into Andy Kaufman. All right, guys. So
That's
it is
true.
that time of the
Lots
show.
of people didn't think Andy Kaufman was funny either.
That's fair.
Really?
You motherfucker!
I like me now, motherfucker.
Don't you use my word I just used against you?
You don't get to fucking copyright words, motherfucker.
You're not Paris Hilton.
But that's so hot.
Oh, damn it.
Ugh.
Draftsman says, Willie, please think more Ian McGregor and less Leprechaun.
I'm sorry, what word is that?
It's Leprechaun.
Are you sure
Yeah,
it's leprechaun?
Actually, it's leprechaun. It's a convention for lepers, the way he spelled it.
Leprechaun.
All right, guys.
More Ian McGregor.
Well, that reading was brought to you by that spaceship that just went by someone's place.
Yeah, that was the motorcycle gang that lives outside. Sorry.
The same ones that have the rebel flag. The old stars and bars.
Indeed.
I don't know where these ones come from. They drive past our apartment. Usually when I'm watching something that's fairly quiet and I'm trying to hear what's happening. It's great.
Well, guys, it is time for us to start wrapping things up. And if you've listened to the show for a while, you know we wrap things up with a little bit called What I'm Into. It's our chance to share with you guys who are watching live or listening at a later date just what kind of geeky and nerdy things we've been getting into so that maybe, just maybe, we can entice you into checking them out as well. And I got to say, Mr. Willie D. Nelson, what you been getting into, sir?
Some blue holes. What I've been getting into is some Final Fantasy IX. Oh my god, it is so. Here's the best part about it. When I got it, it came with a theme that you can put on your place, like the background and all that, you know, the whole menu system, whatever. I don't usually do those, but I was like, let me just try this out because it downloaded really quickly before the game did. I was like, let me try this out. And all of a sudden, when it comes in, it's that opening theme song. I'm like, oh my god, my nostalgia boner is breaking through my pants. Oh god, it's so good. I forgot this song.
Things I never needed to know.
Yeah.
Like you never had a nostalgia boner.
I don't have a penis.
You don't have to have a penis to have a nostalgia boner.
Don't go down the rabbit hole. It's a trap. It's a trap.
I mean, there's a whole subreddit called Lady Boners, so you get something.
And there's a reason Willie subscribed to that subreddit.
All the pictures of Jason Momoa.
Actually, I'm not subscribed to it, but now that you mentioned, let me go do that right quick. Last week, I also bought a couple movies. I think I mentioned, but I watched one horror movie. I was like, let me try a chance on this because last time I just tried out a random horror movie. I watched 31 by Rob Zombie, and it was fucking excellent. I'm not even going to mention this title because I can't see it. I don't really remember. Something about the house on Willow Street. What the fuck ever. It was the shittiest goddamn horror movie I've seen in a long while. I bought that shit. I need to get rid of it. I'm going to burn that damn disc. Yeah, let's burn it.
Just put it in the microwave for 7 seconds. It'll be taken care of.
And it does look cool, but then I chance messing up my microwave.
Oh, that's a good.
And
point.
it's not my microwave. So that could be a problem. But other than that, I've Tuesday night, I think it was Tuesday or Monday night, I found out that Doug Benson is coming to a city near me, my state capital, Raleigh, which is only an hour and a half away. He's going to be doing a stand-up on the 19th, and he's also going to do his Doug Loves Movies on the 21st. And this sounds like serendipity because the 21st is my birthday. So, yay, I get to go Doug Loves Movies on my birthday. And I'm going to be on the front row. And I'm going to get my fucking name tag chosen. You goddamn right it is. And I will.
Yay!
And I'll try and do some shameless plug with it, too.
Shameless.
Shameless
The
indeed.
best kind.
I mean, the only kind.
Well, fair enough.
Other than that, I guess I'm going to be getting Fortnite Tuesday and trying that out. Hopefully my buddy will too. That I sold my PlayStation 4 last week too, and I finally gave it to him. Said, here you go. Here's your PlayStation 4. So hopefully he gets it. And I already know someone else who has Fortnite, Miss Cassio, which you heard me talk about before. So hopefully we'll all get there together. He says a 4-player co-op thing.
Yeah.
Well, other than what they're doing now,
The regular
Battleground
game
thing.
can be 4-player co-op, or it'll just do matchmaking for you on each level.
Also, it has to be online then.
It has to be online, yes.
Kind of like Overwatch. Okay.
Yes.
There we go. So find me on the free Fortnite thing to Wednesday.
On September 26th, I just confirmed it on Games Radar. Fortnite Battle Royale, basically PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds with building mechanic, comes to PC and consoles free on September 26th. So you can pick it up on the 26th. That is 2 days from now as we record this.
Sorry, PlayerUnknown's shit. You should have fucking released your damn game instead of having it in green light for like.
Actually,
Well, I mean,
the PlayerUnknown Battleground is a much more polished version of the Battle Royale stuff. If you go and watch,
polished. Is it released yet?
well, technically neither is the this. Fortnite's in
It has a
closed
release
beta
date.
right now, and this game that's coming out is like open beta for the Battle Royale. So technically, neither of them are truly released yet.
Well, Tuesday it will be coming out. Is there a release date for PlayerUnknown?
I think so. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But even when that Battle Royale mode comes out on Tuesday, the game Fortnite is still in beta. This is just
I mean,
a
I hope
piece
it
of
comes out. I'm sorry, I'm probably taking this out because you know some of those games, those survival games on Steam Greenlight, just stay in there forever.
Yes.
Like was it DayZ is still in there, and there's another one that's kind of like that exact same thing, pretty much. They've been in Greenlight for how many years now?
Oh, forever.
Yeah, so stop doing that stupid shit, developers.
Sorry, I'm trying to find a release date for it. It's been out on Steam and Bluehole. I'm not in Bluehole, on Greenlight for a while. It's the publisher's Bluehole. I don't know when it's coming to Xbox, but it's slated to be coming soon, and Microsoft will be the publisher for it when it comes out.
So I'm guessing it's not coming out for PlayStation.
It is not coming out for PlayStation as of yet. No.
Oh well, I'll have my Fortnite.
I'm pretty sure it's a timed thing, is that Microsoft's going to be the publisher for it, and you'll probably get it a year from now or something like that.
I mean, 'cause I'm sure Microsoft wants money, so they'll probably say, we'll put it on your thing too.
Yeah,
Because
I mean-
you have double the systems we have.
But then Microsoft would be like, we want cross-play enabled. And we get back to that whole conversation we had earlier in the show, just to tie
I don't
everything
think Microsoft's not gonna. They're not gonna die on that sword.
up. Who knows? Who knows? We'll honestly see. So, what? Anything else you got for your list, Willie?
Not that I know of now, but I'll probably think of something to ruin the end of the show. So let's
Fair
go.
enough. Fair enough. So I'll go next. Stuff I've been getting into. I mentioned earlier in the show. Saw Kingsman 2 on Friday night. Thought it was
Ugh.
pretty good. Not as good as the first one. I also bought Fortnite. I've been playing that. I talked about it during the show, so we don't need to touch on that anymore. I got real excited when I realized that Cuphead releases this week for Xbox and PC gaming. Not for PlayStation 4, Willie. Sorry.
Oh no, I just remembered some other news I should have probably done.
Fair enough. So Cuphead comes out this week, and I finally got around to watching The Orville, which is Seth MacFarlane's like comedy sci-fi show, which is pretty much a riff on Star Trek: The Next Generation. And it does feel very Star Trek-ish at times, and I think it does better when it tries not to be a comedy, but kind of more embraces some of its Star Trek roots. It's not bad, and they actually tastefully handled an interesting issue in last week's episode. So it's kind of worth checking out, guys. I think they're 3 episodes in right now, and I think they're all on demand, so I would watch the first couple and see if it's something you enjoy. I thought it was fun.
Did you say Seth MacFarlane handled something tastefully?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he's not
Yep.
right.
That's where I'm that left me a little on the confused side.
So, all right, so background for what I mean by that. There's an alien race on the ship, and their entire gender is male. And evidently it opens up this other thing. You find out that, yes, there are sometimes females of that race that are born, but that race pretty much corrects them and turns them male. So it gets into an interesting dynamic of the humans that don't understand it and be like, why would you take a perfectly healthy baby and change it to be from female to male and things like that. So they actually play with that aspect of that kind of change and kind of touching on trans rights and things like that, but they do it tastefully, and it's actually pulled off fairly well, but with the flavor of similar to what Next Generation would do, a moral quandary taking place in the future. It was a well done episode, I thought.
Well,
They
good on
did
you,
a good
Mr.
job
MacFarlane.
They did a good job of not making the tasteless jokes you could make on a topic like that. I think TNG did do something like that, Low Life Otaku. I'm not 100% sure.
But yeah, I think most Orville stories we're going to see is the Seth MacFarlane take on Star Trek Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, old episodes. You know, he's going to be rehashing a lot of just the standard sci-fi stuff, but putting comedy in it and trying to make it a little bit funnier.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's more Star Trek-ish than the last Star Trek movies we got.
I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah, fair enough. So who wants to go next?
I can go.
Well, get out of here then,
Yesterday.
Naki.
Okay, bye.
Wait, what?
Willie told me to leave.
Willie?
Well, you said you were going.
No.
Okay, bye.
Oh, man.
I'm just kidding. Haha, suckers.
I'm
you
sorry,
stuck-
Naki.
No, you're not.
I really am sorry this time.
So yesterday was Galaxy Comic Book and Fantasy Art Expo in Joliet. I interviewed Topper Helmers. It was a really interesting interview. We talked a lot about Disney Imagineering. He did a lot of work in the theme parks. He also has done work in TV and storyboarding and comics, specifically DC Comics. He was the artist for Weird War from back in the day. On top of that, talked to a lot of people. You know, made new friends, high-fived a whole bunch. That was pretty cool. I'll have the interview with Topper Helmers up sometime this week because there's some time-sensitive stuff in there, so I want to get that out as soon as possible. On top of that, I've been studying Korean. I spent Thursday walking museums. I went to the Field Museum in Chicago, and I also went to the Shed Aquarium in Chicago. Both were a lot of fun. I haven't done the specimen, or I just did for the first time the specimen tour of the Field Museum, and got to learn a lot about bugs, which I didn't realize how many bugs are just bugs in the museum. It's something like 300,000 bugs of the same bug in the museum. It's a lot of bugs. But it's really interesting. Shed Aquarium. I went into this newer area called the Wild Reef and got to see a bunch of sharks. And I was just like, hee, you could eat my face. There's just a piece of glass between me and you. That's cool.
Your face was not eaten, I take it. We need to check these things
No.
because there's no camera, so we can't be sure.
As far as I could tell, I still have a face.
Excellent.
And then Friday night, which is why I was so tired at the con, we went to see Lou Berger and Keith and Tim and Octavarius. I said it right this time. This is Keith from the Try Guys and BuzzFeed fame. It's his 2 comedy bands and his improv troupe, and the 2 more of the Try Guys were in the theater. That was Eugene and Zach. And that show was amazing. I highly recommend checking out Lou Berger if you can. Keith and Tim I don't think is anywhere that you can find. That was a very old band of his. But he was getting married last night, so he was doing a final show in Chicago before he got married with his whole group, because I guess apparently everybody lives across the country now, so it's a little difficult to get everybody together. But it was a lot of fun, and stayed out really late. I don't usually stay out till 3 a.m. anymore because I'm an old lady who likes to sleep. So I stayed out till 3 a.m, got up at 7 and went to a convention. That was fun and not exhausting at all. So apologies if you did see me yesterday and I was kind of out of it. There's a reason for it. But that was a lot of fun. Highly recommend checking out those bands if you can. I don't think there's anything with the Improv Troupe or Keith and Tim Tim, but if you can find Lou Burger, I know a bunch of their videos are up on YouTube. Yeah, that's what I got.
All right, so Bachman,
back to you,
wrap us
Chris.
up then.
Still working on finishing up Kickstarter sketch covers, drawing those all week. I got a couple more done. Let's see. Still current on my daily sketches, so I think I have 100 left because we're at day 264 or something of the year. So getting close to the end finally. I watched a couple of bad movies. I watched Rough Night. I watched The Mummy.
And yet you won't go see it?
I'm not gonna pay to see that shit.
Better than the miniseries.
And then I started watching Supernatural. I finally cracked open that show, so I've got a couple hundred episodes of that to watch. So that's been fun. And then I ordered a couple pieces I needed I finally figured out what I was going to do for Halloween, and so I needed to order a couple of small items. So of course, while doing that, there's always the add-on feature on Amazon. So I got me one more pop. I finally got me a Dementor.
Nice.
Because it was an add-on for $6, and it is probably the creepiest looking pop so far that I've seen. It's honestly kind of terrifying. It's really freaking detailed, and the little bony fingers, it's damn creepy. They did a good job with this one. Yeah, just another fun busy week, and then I got a funeral on Monday, so shave and a haircut. I'll look good for Grandpa.
Yeah,
2 bits.
Funerals are
Actually,
never fun.
Yeah, actually pulled out the razor for the first time, and I don't know how long. Yeah, that's what I've been getting into.
Cool. So Willie, did you have anything you thought of? Because you said you might before I wrap things up.
No, I'm going to ruin the very end of it. That's what I'm waiting on.
The very end of it, fair enough. Oh, I'm even more screwed. I just realized because on October 27th, the new Wolfenstein game also comes out. So that's 3 games coming out the same day that I want to play.
Draftsman did remind me of one other thing. I'm prepping for Inktober. I got help on Facebook with what my plan is, and yesterday I wrote down 31 ideas. So I think I might have my daily idea planned out. And it looks like Draftsman might be trying to do join in with the Inktober fun. It's real easy to do. All you have to do is draw something in ink every day of the month, and there are people do prepared sketches, prepared lists of things that they're going to draw each day, or they just do a group of different stuff, or just draw random stuff every day, and then put up with the Inktober hashtag, Inktober 2017. Jake Parker came up with it. He was an artist on Rocket Raccoon for a while. He's done a bunch of his own books. He's done a ton of really cool stuff. But yeah, it's a fun hashtag to go through all during October. If you search the Inktober hashtag, you will find hundreds of artists you've never heard of doing stuff every day, and it's a damn fun month.
Cool. So I guess we will start wrapping things up then. I'm sure Willie's going to interrupt here in just a sec, though, because that's how this works. So as we wrap things up, I do want to remind folks that we stream live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, over on Geeks.live. In addition, there is a crapload of stuff that streams on Sundays now. So if you hang around on Geeks.live at 1 p.m., basically a half hour from now, it should be Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm not sure what episode they're talking about. Then at 6 p.m. Eastern, we've got the Starling Tribune. And then finally at 9 p.m. Eastern, we've got Pop Xcast. But hey, just remember, there's always a calendar on the bottom of the Geeks.live page. It'll tell you when everything is streaming live. And feel free to drop on by to watch any live content that we have. So as we wrap things up, you guys have any final thoughts for us?
I enjoy coffee.
That's fair. Anything else?
Blow it out your blue hole.
God damn it, Willie.
At least it's better than the waffles that are blue.
Well, you asked, Chris. In all fairness, you asked.
That's true.
I should know. I'm just going to play it off. That's all there is to do. So,
Do it, Chris.
thank you, everyone who did tune in live. We will see you all next week, and hopefully there'll be less mentions of blue things because it creeps me out. So, until then, bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.